story, the note that saved a life. The restaurant buzzed with quiet luxury, polished silverware, murmured laughter, and the faint melody of a piano drifting from the corner. But for Clara, the young waitress on the night shift, every sound was just noise against the pounding of her heart. She had just seen something she could never unsee. The hook. When Mr. Ethan Cole, the powerful CEO of a billion-dollar tech firm, walked in, everyone straightened. His presence commanded attention, tall, composed, dressed in a sharp navy suit. But as he smiled politely and sat down with two business partners, Clara's eyes caught something strange. A dark liquid poured discreetly into his wine glass by one of the men at the table. A quick flick of a wrist, subtle, practiced, and sinister. Her breath caught. She looked around. No one else had noticed. Her fingers trembled as she gripped the serving tray. She had a choice: stay silent and safe, or risk everything to warn him. The note. Clara walked toward the table, her mind racing. She'd seen things working late nights in this restaurant, but this was different. With the calmest smile she could muster, she placed the drinks before them. As she set the CEO's glass down, she slipped a small folded napkin beneath his plate. In neat, hurried handwriting, it read, "Don't drink it. Leave now. The confrontation. Ethan lifted his glass, his eyes scanning Clara briefly, then pausing. Something about her expression stopped him cold. She wasn't smiling like a flirtatious waitress. She looked terrified. He lowered the glass slowly. His partners laughed, clinking their drinks together. Ethan forced a smile but didn't sip. Moments later, he casually stood up. "Excuse me, gentlemen, I'll be right back." As he turned to walk away, his hand brushed Clara's shoulder. Outside, he whispered, The escape. They met in the dim alley behind the restaurant. The night air was biting cold. Clara's breath formed clouds as she spoke in a shaky whisper. I saw one of them put something in your drink. I didn't know what to do." Ethan's sharp eyes softened. "You did exactly what you had to do." Seconds later, chaos erupted inside. Shouting. Someone had apparently tasted the wrong glass, the man who had poured it in the first place. He collapsed, gasping. Ethan turned back to Clara, realization dawning. "You just saved my life," he said quietly. The aftermath. Police swarmed the scene. The culprit, his supposed business partner, was arrested on the spot. A failed power grab, masked as a casual dinner. Through it all, Clara stood in the background, heart still racing, unsure if she'd just made a hero's move or a foolish one. A few days later, a black car pulled up outside the small apartment complex where she lived. Ethan stepped out, his usual corporate armor replaced with a genuine smile. "You never told me your name," he said. "Clara," she murmured, blushing. He handed her an envelope. Inside was a letter, and a job offer. Head of Hospitality, Cole Enterprises. Full scholarship for business management, too, it read. Her eyes widened. "Why me?" Ethan looked at her steadily. "Because courage like yours doesn't belong in the shadows. I need people who see what others ignore, and act when it counts." Epilogue. Months later, Clara walked through the gleaming lobby of Cole Enterprises, not as a waitress, but as a rising executive. The girl who once served coffee to strangers was now being mentored by one of the most powerful CEOs in the city. Every time she passed Ethan's office, he'd glance up with that same knowing look, a reminder of the night that changed both their lives. And on his desk, framed in glass, was the napkin that started it all. "Don't drink it. Leave now." Themes and message: a single act of courage can rewrite destinies. Sometimes, the quietest voices carry the greatest power, and one moment of bravery can bridge two entirely different worlds. Would you like me to make this version fit for a 15-minute YouTube narration, with pacing, emotional beats, and visual scene cues for voiceover and storytelling?